Hi there, it is Thomas from the behalf of Indestructible Productions once again, and today we're doing something a little different. Jay had an interest in, or for a very long time, has wanted a Cigarbox guitar, and for a very long time I've wanted to build a Cigarbox guitar. Um, Sorry for the extra noises, that's the dog who wants to play. So I've wanted to build a Cigarbox for a very long time. Jay has wanted a Cigarbox for a very long time, so why not build a Cigarbox guitar? So, to start off, the plan here is yes, I could go and do a lot of work at like a workshop and stuff. But with a project like this, I think it just makes sense that I try and go as bare minimum as I can and just work from home with the tools I have at home because it sort of suits the feel, you know? It makes sense for a cigar box. Speaking of cigar boxes, Yano managed to snag up this puppy. So it's a lovely, lovely Monte Cristo A quality Habana cigar box. Hecho in Cuba. Absolutely gorgeous. And not to forget, it is absolutely enormous. But, the basic plan for it is, of course, the crest needs to stay intact, which is not going to be a hard thing to do because the bridge is going to be somewhere behind the crest anyways. The next one's going to start there, and there's nothing else in the way of it. Then I am going to do 2 F-holes on either side, cut those out, and that's pretty much the box itself. Now for the neck without a fretboard, and have the slots, have the fret slots cut in, but fill those up with something, so it's essentially like a fretless, so it'll make for a really nice slide guitar. Neck wood choice was, we went down to a local dealer to get some woods in general, see what they had, and then we saw this, or we saw a couple of these, and we're wondering, it's like, damn, that sounds incredible. But we didn't know what it was. With a little bit of research, we found out that they were actually Merba, and they were the 2 pieces that were there. This being one of them. They were supposed to go into a old apartment building as skirting boards, like so. But the profile was just a little off, so they essentially became excess, which I think is a very cool little story to add. The wood itself is extremely, well, not extremely, but it is rather hefty, because Merba is usually used for like floor or skirting boards or stuff like that. Resilient to weather changes as well. It's very sturdy, very hefty, very strong wood. Which also means that it is probably going to dull every single blade I'm going to use on it. Fun. It's going to be a fairly straightforward build. And I really look forward to what it's going to turn out like. Then the bridge, I don't know what it's from. Yano just brought a whole bag of things over, but this is essentially going to be the bridge portion of it, which already makes me think of like, man, I could just make this into like a little tiny, tunematic style thing, which would be funny. Not sure about inlays. If there are going to be inlays, then I have a little bag of little knickknacks that might be used for that. The nut I'm still going to figure out, probably going to be a bolt of some kind. Then the strings are going to be attached so that they kind of loop around 3 screws on the end, and yeah, 3 tuners. I am going to time-lapse this build because I just want to like kind of not have to. There are enough instructional videos, enough how to build cigar box videos on YouTube anyways, so I don't really need to make another one of them. What I do want to do is just enjoy the build. So that's why I'm going to time-lapse all of this. Next time I talk in front of the camera, it's probably going to be with a ready guitar, and we'll see how it sounds. So, see you guys.
So here goes. The Cigarbox guitar. Yeah, this one's a doozy. Note to self, trying to saw Murbow at home if you don't have a workbench is very difficult. Murbow in general, very difficult to work with because the wood itself is really hard. Yeah, making F-holes and carving them out. This was actually a lot scarier because I couldn't take the box apart, so I had to saw it as a whole, and it was scary because of course the lacquer or clear coat or whatever had been used on it was chipping, so I had to be really careful not to break the entire thing. But yeah, very different sort of project. I had to really think outside the box. Hey, get it? Because it's a cigar. Yeah, that was a bad joke. But yeah, Jake takes a little bit of fiddling around to try and figure out what you want to do. But it's fun. It's a very different project. So it was nice to kind of not have to worry about the usual things that go into guitar design, but instead try out something completely new and see what I can come up with. Be a little bit more creative and go with the flow. Now, I did mean for all of this to be done at home, but yeah, it just helps that little tiny bit to go to the workshop and help out with, for instance, the headstock and little things like that. Yeah. Anyway, moving onwards. I know that I did mean for this to be a home build, but yeah, this just makes the process a little bit faster because Murbow, it is very difficult wood to work with. Checking out the scale length so I can mark out the frets. Go check out the tutorial on how to cut fret slots. And that was the multi-scale fret slot tutorial. It's pretty much the exact same process here. Just mark them out carefully. Drawing out the inlay. Now this I should have done differently. I should have just drawn one part of the design first, because now when I'm starting to carve out, I'm losing my pencil lines. But it all turned out fine. Again, very, very different to what I'm used to. Because it's not an inlay as such, it's just an engraving that I fill up with, well, yeah, wood filler, basically, or spackle. Clean anything up and start carving out the neck. I have no worries about this neck moving because it is such dense wood. I know that it's not gonna go anywhere. And yeah, this is what it's like building at home. Dusty and messy and unorganized. Putting in the bridge. String ferrules-ish. Oiling it up. And finally assembly. Had some tuners lying around, so got to use those. And the string ferrules as well, they're actually off of some DiMarzio straps. Just side note. But here you go, finished guitar.
Alright, there we are. Finished Cigarbox guitar. I really don't know what to play on it. But it does sound alright. And it is pretty much a slide guitar. So at least that sounds good. I just don't know how to play it. So, yeah. That was fun. Maybe I'll make another one soon enough.